Welcome to the Books, Beards, Booze podcast, where we talk books, drink booze, and have beards.
All right. As always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the ass of the podcast, Derek.
I am festive intern Tanya.
Christmas intern Tanya. She's about as decked the halls out as you can possibly get.
This sweater is great. It lights up. It's the leg lamp from A Christmas Story, which is the best Christmas movie, period.
Except for Die Hard, yeah.
Don't be one of those guys.
Don't
be one of those guys.
It's one of those ongoing conversations that we were having.
I am aware that it's set in Christmas time and that it's a Christmas movie, but bitch, you'll sit here and tell me Die Hard's the best Christmas movie.
Is it a Christmas movie? Yes.
Over National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
Home Alone.
Home Alone's real good.
Home Alone's the best.
But trumping all of those.
What's wrong with you people?
Home Alone 2
Christmas
has
Story.
Trump in it.
It does.
Yeah. Trump.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He does.
No, I know. But I was trying to think if there was one that I liked better.
Then Die Hard?
I mean, you could say like Nightmare Before Christmas.
I take it back.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie or is it a Halloween movie?
Christmas.
No, it's definitely a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, both. It's a both movie.
You're done.
Well, no,
All right,
I mean,
let's. This is our
that's
weekly
what
news
I'm called
episode,
for.
so we're gonna dive into the news, and as usual, I have my good headlines.
What are you talking about as
Oh, no.
usual? If you
First news is the headline is Magic the Sanderning.
That is
Oh.
awful.
Okay.
So, Brandon Sanderson wrote a Magic the Gathering novella.
That pun was a little
That was a
rough
stretch.
there, Bob. You need to Sanderson it a little
down.
bit.
Yeah.
I am literally surrounded by idiots.
You. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I have one on
you're
each
not
side.
wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
So, it's called Magic Children of the Nameless. It's written in collaboration with Magic Story Team over at Wizard of the Coast, and it invites readers to meet a young girl named Tassinda, who is capable of great magic until tragedy strikes at the worst possible time.
Oh no.
But during that tragedy, Tassinda crosses paths with a mysterious new planeswalker named Davriel, designed by Sanderson himself. So, you can go over to IO9. They kind of broke this story. They did an interview with Sanderson about it. It's a pretty interesting interview. You can also read the first chapter of the novella. And I did. And it's intriguing. But it's basically, for those who don't know, Brandon Sanderson is one of the leading fantasy writers currently. He's also a rabid Magic the Gathering fan. And he didn't come out and say it, but he kind of was like, he kept saying stuff like, well, they finally asked me to write a story for them, kind of deal. Like, you get the feeling he'd wanted this for a while, and they finally did. And from what I gather, he kind of took two characters that he already had in mind, and
Said Keith.
and it worked. So
Now kiss.
yeah, so will Davriel be a card? Odds are pretty good, but he didn't come out and say that it would be. Yeah. So that's neat.
Brandon
Okay.
Sanderson wrote you something. You make it into a card.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I don't even know if it's debatable that he's the most successful. Well, purely from an author standpoint, he is. My whole thing was like, who's bigger? Like George R. R. Martin, yeah, but he hasn't come out with anything in 18 trillion
he
years.
hasn't.
He has. He just came out with a book. It went to number one. That went to
no,
number
we don't-
one.
we don't
No
pretend
one
that.
cares.
No, he just came out with.
Who reads history books?
But no one is
reads a history
as
book.
popular and as prolific as Sanderson. He
Well, I mean,
mixes both.
if he is, I would say probably the most prolific, but I still think because George R. R. Martin, he also has a sci-fi series and what is it, Wild Cards, his superhero stuff. It's now being optioned. Like, I mean, like he's.
Yeah, but how many things does Sanderson have optioned plus all of the
But how much of it has actually been made? Like Night Flyers is out now, and Wild Cards I think comes out next year, and then all these spin-off stuff. Like I don't know. Like I still think George R. R. Martin's the biggest. Like because the other thing is like if you polled 100 people on the street, you're gonna know so many more people that know Martin over Sanderson.
Still Sanderson. Sanderson's best.
Well, you're wrong. All right. So, my next bit of news. To Ellen back.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Steve Harvey went on Ellen DeGeneres and did an amazing interview. I really want everyone to go watch this. It's fucking great. It's hilarious. But the big news is Steve Harvey now has a beard.
Huh.
Salt and pepper beard.
Hey.
So when she asked him about it, and this is what he said. He's like, I was on vacation, and I actually left my Just for a Minute home because I had been dyeing my mustache, black. So I left it at home, so I didn't dye it. So the rest of it started growing in. Next thing I knew, I went, damn, this is either going to be sexy or I'm ugly as hell. One of the two.
Well, because when you're on vacation, you don't dye it.
Ew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She'll be here again next week.
Yes.
I was going to say all week, but check it out my house.
Just next week.
So he was talking about how people are reacting to it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, there's some haters. Haters always. They just don't like nothing. One dude, he said, you look old. I said, wait a minute. I've been living for more than half a century, plus a decade, plus 2 more damn years. Dog, I am old. Old is the goal, though. He also claimed that the beard made him 82% smarter.
That's a very specific number that he probably got because of the beard.
Yeah. But the best part of the interview, that was great from our perspective, but the best part when he's talking about having grandkids that he just doesn't really give a shit about. He's like, I don't really get the whole grandkid thing. And she's like, oh, but it's great, though. Ellen's like, it's great because, you get to enjoy them and then you get to send them back. He's like, yeah, except my wife doesn't send them back. She lets them spend the night and shit. It's like, I'm over it. I don't get it. What's the appeal here? So.
Come get me when they can talk.
Well, he was basically like, look, I don't want them when they don't have head control. If I got to hold their head, I'm out. He's like, I don't want it. And he's like, and really, I want him to know some words, I want him to be able to say "pawpaw," and stuff like that. And you could just tell that he's not. It was just great. He gives his wife shit about how over the top she went with her Halloween decorations, and
it's because he's hilarious.
She tried to do the same for Christmas, and he had to tell her look, we are not the Staples Center. You've got to chill the fuck out. She wanted to put in an ice skating rink for the grandkids.
What?
And he was like,
what?
Look.
What?
This was his quote. He was like, look, if you see black people ice skating, they real bored and done run out of every other fucking idea of what to do. And Ellen was like, and he's like, that and curling. And Ellen was like, yeah, to be fair, you don't even see white people curling.
I love curling.
Not for real.
It's my favorite.
Bob.
Yeah, I know.
My favorite
I do love
winter
curling.
Olympic sport.
That's a sport I think I could do.
God.
I love curling.
What's better than throwing a rock across some ice and having your friend brush the ice with a broom frantically?
Jesus said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So I fucking nailed that fucker. Just hurled that stone.
Can we continue?
His birthday's coming up. Y'all be nice. You're not going to get any presents.
He was born in April. So...
Wait, so who's put the presents under my tree?
I'm
confused.
Just look back at there you go.
I think that you should give children carpentry sets for Christmas.
Okay.
And then put them to work doing odd jobs around your house.
That seems oddly specific.
I feel like you should just
Hold on, because Jesus was a carpenter.
I just felt like something.
Can we go not full carpenter and give children wood and then teach them to whittle and carve statues?
I mean, just give them a hammer and 3 nails, and they'll probably be good to go.
This has become real. We started out super festive and nice, and then we've gotten real blasphemous real quick.
I'm not being blasphemous. I'm being serious. I think it'd be super cool if I had a whittle.
Kids are really hard to put up with, unless you got a hammer and 3 nails. That's
that's Bob. That's put up with, not hang up with.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. So anyways,
all
right. So my last crap. So my last headline is Jim Beam me up.
Hey.
Okay.
So this actually has nothing to do with Jim Beam.
God bless it.
Wow. Bait and switch.
But it made the pun. But it's related. What? So Montgomery Scott, better known as Scotty.
Oh, Beam Me Up Scotty?
Yeah, Beam Me Up Scotty.
Wait, no, really? His last name was actually Scott?
No, his name is James Doohan. His character's Montgomery
Tanya,
Scott.
Oh, I never watched Star Trek. And I've only ever watched one of the Star Wars.
Let me tell you where she's at today. Earlier today, I was like, "Hey, you know that place? Could you swing by there and grab that weight set for me?" She's like, "Well, I don't want to carry that back to my house because that's a long way." I was like, "Drive your car. Like, take your car." I didn't expect you to carry a weight set back to your house.
Y'all,
And it never crossed her mind
I've
that she
gotten
could
to the
load it in
early
her
hours
car.
at work. I'm
Oh
not.
God. Anyway,
I'm firing on half a cylinder.
all right. And
You were already firing on half
yeah,
cylinders.
yeah. All right. So anyway, Montgomery Scott, better known as Scotty, is getting honored with his very own scotch.
Okay.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
He was actually in one of the in one of the Star Trek episodes. He drank an invading alien under the table with a very, very old scotch. But it's being put out by Silver Screen Bottling Company, and it's a genuine blended Scotch whiskey. It's a limited batch. It's produced in Glasgow by one of the most awarded distilleries in Scotland, and is exceptionally smooth with just a slight smoky note. It's going to cost $50, and it can be pre-ordered now for shipping in March of 2019. But if you don't like Scotch, this company also makes a James T. Kirk bourbon, a James T. Kirk bourbon reserve,
I like bourbons.
and a 10 Forward vodka, which 10 Forward was the bar
Okay.
on the Enterprise.
They had a bar on the Oh, of course they would.
I don't think it was on the original series. I think it was on
the
a
cantina.
I think it was on a probably Next Generation or one of the other
Wasn't the cantinas in Star Wars?
That's Mos Eisley
Yeah, but
Spaceport.
that's just never mind. It's just a word for where you go to.
Wow. All right, so that's we're doing a short abbreviated one today because I have to dash off here directly to go be an author at the Prattville Library. Mm-hmm. So, do y'all have any news you want to add real quick?
If you're local in the local listening area, you should totally come to our book swap.
Oh yeah, we're doing a book swap.
December 28th,
Friday, December 28th, from 7 to 9. The actual book swap will occur at 8, and it's at Crew, which is an awesome bar in Montgomery. So come on out. It's going to be a blasty blast.
Come on, get a book.
Yeah. So, all right.
Did you just say blasty blast?
A blasty blast. Because we were just talking space stuff. Pew pew.
Why couldn't you have just said blast?
Because it's going to be more than just a blast,
Ooh,
Derek.
y'all keep saying blast. I'm going to go to Sonic. Get a Sonic blast.
Are you here?
All right.
I'm not here. I'm physically here, but I'm mentally so elsewhere.
As always,
drink.
I
need a
challenge
nap.
you to go forth
I need an old
and
lady nap.
grow a great beard.